Hey everyone, and welcome back to the FPL Family YouTube channel. It's Thursday, which means it is Top Points Picks Day. Now, Game Week 7 was not kind to us as FPL managers, was it? All of the things that we expected to happen, they didn't really happen, and there were a lot of upsets and a lot of very, very low FPL point scores last time around. But let's still go through the top points picks from last time anyway, see who I picked, see what happened to them, and then of course I'll also tell you who was the top point scoring person in that position. So let's start with the goalkeeper. So last time around I predicted that it would be Mendy for his game against Southampton. Of course, Southampton were given a penalty from that mistake by Ben Chilwell, which then cost Mendy his clean sheet, meaning that he registered just those 2 points that time around. And surprisingly, in what is a shock to me and probably you guys too, it was Tim Krul who was the highest scoring goalkeeper in Game Week 7 for Norwich, who up to that point hadn't kept a clean sheet. But Tim Krul in with the clean sheet, in with a save point and in with 2 bonus points, registering 9 points for his FPL owners and the top point scoring goalkeeper. In defence, I picked Semedo. Annoyingly, they conceded to Newcastle, meaning he didn't keep his clean sheet. And in surprise again, it was Llorente from Leeds who was the top point scoring defender last time around. A whopping 15 points he registered last time in Game Week 7 for his goal, a clean sheet and all 3 bonus points. The Leeds defence have not been secure so far this season, so that was a bit of a shock too. In midfield then I picked Ismaila Sarr. I thought that he might have a decent game, but Watford were poor and subsequently they have parted ways with their manager, and it was, unsurprisingly, I probably should have just stuck with him, Salah. Even against Manchester City, it's still Mo Salah who is the top point scoring midfielder for Game Week 7. 13 points for him, a goal, an assist and 2 bonus points. Should have just kept with the Egyptian King. And finally up top, I went with Romelu Lukaku. I feel a bit disappointed by this one. Obviously had the offside decision, which was rightly ruled offside, but again, could have been a goal there. Should have had a goal when he hit it off the post. Even then, I'm not sure how it wasn't turned in from the rebound directly from him to get him an assist, but hey ho, nothing for Lukaku last time around. And it was Wolves' Hwang who was the top point scoring forward for Game Week 7, which is why he's been such a popular transfer in going into Game Week 8. Hwang registering 13 points last time around, 2 goals, all 3 bonus points. Goodness me, there were some surprises in there. A Leeds defender, a Norwich goalkeeper, the top point scorers for Game Week 7. Let's hope FPL is a bit more kind and a bit more normal going in to Game Week 8. So this time around then, same format as always, a goalkeeper, a defender, a midfielder and a forward, who I think will be the top point scorers for Game Week 8. Let's start as always then with the goalkeeper. I'm going with Sanchez at the back. Sanchez and Brighton defensively have been so solid so far this season. They have only conceded they have kept 3 clean sheets so far this season. Only Manchester City, Liverpool and Chelsea have kept more than they have, and they've only conceded 5 goals so far this season. Only City and Chelsea have conceded less goals than Brighton have. They've been really solid defensively, and Sanchez isn't one of those keepers that makes an awful lot of saves, so he doesn't often rack up the save points in the same way that maybe some of our other popular goalkeepers do, but his defence has been so tight that he has been keeping those clean sheets, and therefore he has been racking up the points. Now he's coming up against a Norwich side who have only scored 2 goals so far in the league this season. That is the worst total across the division. So the chances of a clean sheet this time around for Sanchez look to be good. So I think he will be the top point scoring goalkeeper for Game Week 8. Let's have a look at the defender then. This one was a little bit of a tougher choice because I could have gone with Trent Alexander-Arnold at Liverpool, but I've decided to go with Cancelo at Manchester City. 5 clean sheets for Cancelo so far this season. He is the top clean sheet keeping defender so far this season. He's also registered an assist so far. Manchester City's XGC, their expected goals conceded, is 4.01. That is over 2 better than the next best XGC. They have been so solid defensively. They are not conceding goals. I have some slight concerns about players potentially missing after international duty and what that might mean for Cancelo, and that was partly why I didn't go Trent Alexander-Arnold as well in this position, because of the Alisson factor when it comes to those Brazilian players. But I think Cancelo has got he's got the perfect storm, hasn't he? A really nice fixture against Burnley, which historically they've won 5-0 in the last 3 fixtures at the Etihad. So he's got the perfect potential for a clean sheet, but his attacking threat is so promising right now. I'm surprised that he hasn't registered more than just that assist so far this season. So I think Cancelo will be the top point scoring defender for game week 8. Moving then into the midfield. Once bitten, twice shy. I have learned my lesson and we are back with Mo Salah. Mo Salah's biggest ever FPL haul came against Watford in the 2017-18 season, where he registered 29 FPL points against Watford. A phenomenal tally. Not only that, but his record in the Premier League so far this season has been, quite frankly, ridiculous. He is in such good form. He has already racked up 6 goals, 4 assists and 70 FPL points in just 7 Premier League starts. He has had 28 goal attempts, 24 shots in the box. He's got an XG of 4.89, which are all league leading totals, and he's averaging currently 10 points per match, which is more than any other player in the game right now. Not only that, when you divide him up and look at him against Watford in particular, he averages a whopping 11.5 points per match. 8 goals, 2 assists, 7 bonus points in just 6 matches against Watford. I cannot see any other midfielder coming anywhere close to what I'm expecting Salah to do in game week 8. The only thing that puts me off is that 12:30 kickoff, because we do know that the 12:30 kickoff can throw up some really interesting and difficult results, but I do think Salah will do incredibly well this week and be the highest scoring midfielder in the game. And then finally, might be a little Spurs bias coming in here, but we are going with Harry Kane. I'm not sure if I've lost the plot or if there's something in this one. He was 7th for XG underachievers in game week 7. He was also top for shots in game week 7 with 4 of those on target. So we were starting to see a little bit more from Harry Kane than we had seen in the earlier part of this season. He's coming up against a Newcastle side in game week 8 who have yet to keep a clean sheet in the Premier League, who have conceded 115 attempts, which is the 3rd worst in the league. And of those 115 attempts, 38 of them have been on target, which is the 2nd worst in the league. So whilst Newcastle have some potential going forward, and I suspect that they will be bolstered by their takeover news and what that might mean for who they're able to attract in the future, did see them being linked with Kane this morning for something ridiculous like 200 million. But that might bolster them. But defensively, they're still going to have the same players out there and likely still have similar sorts of problems because they haven't yet changed their manager. So with the same manager and the same personnel, I don't see that a lot is going to have changed in terms of that team over the course of this international break. I do think, however, that going forward with the level of investment that Newcastle have come the January transfer window, goodness me, they could be a totally different team come January. Maybe even a team that we look to target them. But I do think Kane has potential this time around. Looked better against Aston Villa in game week 7. Had a really good cameo appearance in the Europa Conference League a couple of weeks ago, where he came on, got a hat-trick. So he has got his scoring boots back a little bit. Was very wasteful and a bit ineffective for England though, which worries me slightly. But the fixture's nice, the form is okay. I do think he might surprise everybody and is a massive differential at the moment, owned by just 5% of the game, hence why he appeared also in the Jammy Pick video earlier on this week. So those are my choices for game week 8, starting in goal with Robert Sanchez, in defence, Cancelo, in midfield, the man, the myth, the legend that is Mo Salah, and finally the slightly out there pick, how often do you say that, is Harry Kane up top. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Do you think they will be the highest scoring players in those positions for this game week? Let me know in the comments below who you think will be the top point scoring goalkeeper, defender and midfielder, as well as forward for game week 8. And if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button so you're notified every time a video comes out and every time we go live on a Sunday evening. And if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. I'll be back with Lee for our live stream on Sunday. Talk soon, guys.